Darren, just with the way the team prepared and everything, was there any inkling that, this kind of performance, might have been on the cards? Or?
No, not at all. Prepared well. Same as we have for every test match. So just disappointing the way we played. I think Michael summed it up pretty well in the press conference, and on field we just didn't bat and do the basics well enough. We had perfect conditions to bowl later on after making a substandard first innings score, and credit to England, they played well. We didn't.
And just with the decision about the wicket keepers, I know it was a tough one, and the way Pete Neville batted in the second innings, justified his selection. But do you think the magnitude of the decision has had any sort of impact on the players, and their sort of are they sort of disappointed about how it transpired?
Oh no, we were really close as a group. We've talked about it openly. Let's make it perfectly clear that Brad's been a fantastic cricketer for Australia for a long period of time, and that would be the hardest decision I've had to make as a coach or even as a player. Those decisions don't come lightly or easily at all for any of us, Rob, myself, or whichever players we consult and skipper, etc. And the cold hard facts with it, he's played the last 12 test matches, made 250 runs at 16 bowls out of 21. So it gets down to performance. I know there's been a big hoo-ha about family first. Well, we still have that. We have Ryan Harris missing a tour through West Indies, but no guarantee he's going to play the first test match here. We didn't know he was going to retire, obviously. David Warner misses Zimbabwe for the birth of his child. No guarantee he's going to play one-day cricket. So we have that. I know there's been a very unbalanced view from a lot of people about it. We certainly care about Brad and his family. We had to make a decision what we thought was the best 11 for this particular game. And Pete did a good job in Lords. Very hard to change that side, and did a really good job in this game. So that's a really tough decision to make, and one that we love Hads. We all love Hads. Players love Hads, and everyone's going to have different emotions with it. That's part of professional sport, and we try and do it the best we possibly can. So comfortably the toughest decision we've had to make.
Just on that one as well, how did Brad take the decision?
He's been fantastic, mate. He's been great. I can't speak highly enough how good he's been with Pete, and he's taken over the wicket-keeping coaching role as well as trying to do his own stuff to keep ready, because, as you know, and he had, last time we were here, Graham Manu played when Brad broke his finger, so he's got to be ready and doing everything he can just in case, and mate, he's a ripper bloke. He's one of the best blokes I've ever coached. Brilliant person, great family.
Corey? Darren, Michael obviously took a lot of responsibility for his own form there, but as a selector, how long do you give him to get back into form?
Oh, as long as he needs, mate. He's captain. He's got to play well. He's a guy that is like all the other batters. Our top six, not just Michael himself, it's our top six that, apart from Chris Rogers in the first innings and David Warner in the second innings, they all struggled. I can't complain about the work ethic of any of the players. Michael, especially as captain, he sets the tone and raises the bar of what you need to do to play well at this level. So from our point of view, it's all those players playing better next test match. We're certainly not going to panic.
He indicated then that he probably wouldn't have time off, but would you be encouraging him to take a few days off to clear his head?
Yeah, we tried that in Derby. I think he needs to bat. He likes that. We're going to have a day off tomorrow, give everyone a day off and clear the head a little bit, but then you've got to prepare for the next test match. It's a quick turnaround, although we've got a few extra days now. So try and get away for a little bit and then get back into the prep for a pretty important test match.
Spoke about the middle order problems. How difficult is it going to be for Adam Bogies to keep his spot?
Oh, look, Adam got 100 first test match, so that's what, 5 test matches ago. So again, we'll sit down, Rodney and I, and speak with the captain, his wishes, and make a decision there what we think the best 11 is. He'd be disappointed, like the other players are, mate. It's a disappointing game for us, and we just got to cop the criticism we cop and get back on and work out what the best 11 is to win the next test match, which is pretty important.
Jeez.
Darren, what's your philosophy on batting order for someone like Michael? Do you think because of his seniority he should be accepting a position like 4, or do you think because if he is actually better suited to 5 and it's better for the team that you're better off moving him there and putting, say, Adam Vogels or Sean Marsh there?
I think that you summed that up pretty well. Look, the captain's always done the batting order, and Michael's always worked out that what's best for the team. And for the last sort of 18 months, four's been the spot, or 2 years if you like, because we've had younger guys in or different guys batting in different positions. So four's kept that stability there. Now that's totally up to him. If he bats 5 because of the team makeup, so be it. We're okay with that. That's his decision. We'll support that.
Darren, you batted a lot in England and would have batted a lot on days like day one. England and Jimmy Anderson bowl well, but do you think a Test match side should have the, I suppose, wherewithal to be able to cope with that better than 136?
Yeah, they did bowl very well, caught well, but that's Test match cricket. It's a tough game. There's a lot of pressure there with a packed house and a loud stadium, and we've just got to learn to get better at coping with those scenarios. And credit to England. I thought they bowled really well, a lot better than we did in those conditions. So that's something we've got to improve on as well.
And on the bowling side of things, it seems even all through the series that when the ball's been moving, the Duke's been swinging a little bit, not able to get it exactly where you need to get it.
Certainly didn't in Cardiff and didn't the first innings here. Did in Lords. So hopefully it works in that way. One on, one off. It's just they've got to get better at those basics. Pretty much, first test we didn't do the basics well enough. Second test we did. England didn't. Third test we didn't. They did.
If England win the next test, they'll win the series. Does that add any extra pressure, or do you just try to block out the scoreline at this sort of point?
I just play, mate. It's a game of cricket. You've got to try and win it. Pretty simple. I think for us, we've got to firstly play better than we did here. Get back to playing the way we want to play. Get our basics right and cope with the pressure better than we did here. Can't worry about the scoreline. You're playing a game of cricket. You're trying to win every game of cricket you play.
Darren, the middle order seems to really struggle against the swinging ball. What can they do to kind of get better?
Well, hit it harder so it stops swinging. The simple fact is the ball will swing here. It has done for a long time. So we've certainly practiced it. It's implemented. Jimmy Anderson's skills with the swinging ball have been exceptional. So you don't like seeing great players miss out in Test matches, but that might help us a little bit. But I'm sure they're going to have someone equally as good that's in these conditions that swing the ball. So our batsmen have to get better at playing the swinging ball.
Watch every Ashes moment live.
This is like the days of Lillian Thompson.
Buy your live pass at cricket.com.au/subscribe.